this. So all that the Supreme Court wants here, that the media should consult the government authorities, the government bodies, from where verified, warranted and authentic news can be gathered. So Press Information Bureau is there. Ministries are there, so they can be contacted. And at the same time, the Supreme Court has also asked the government authorities, within 24 hours, they must give entire data. A daily bulletin should be started where on a day-to-day basis, the government should pass on the information that it has in the public domain. So the moment that information is passed into the public domain, the media houses can see them, and on the basis of that, inferences can be drawn, conclusions can be drawn, analysis can be done. Now the question is that why did the Supreme Court do this? Here, there is a constitutional justification of this. Article 19, Clause 1 gives the rights to the people. So the citizens of India have certain fundamental rights guaranteed to them by Article 19. So Article 19(1) says that the people, the citizens of India shall have right to freedom of speech and expression, which includes the freedom of press. But at the same time, Article 19, Clause 2 says that on certain grounds, reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the right to freedom of speech and expression. So what are those grounds? I won't mention all of them. You can see Article 19, Clause 2 yourself. One such ground is sovereignty and security of the state, defamation, contempt of court, decency, morality, friendly relations with other countries, public order. So public order is a ground. So wherever it appears that right to freedom of speech and expression is being exercised in such a manner that it is detrimental to public order, it destroys public order or ruptures public order, then restrictions can be imposed. So here we see the panic that was created by the media houses ruptured the public order. Public order includes public tranquility, public safety, public peace, law and order. Right. In fact, Justice Hidayatullah in one of the cases has held that law and order, public order and security of the state, they all are related to one another in three concentric circles. So the bigger circle is law and order, smaller circle is public order, and the smallest one within that is security of state. So whenever security of state is endangered, this is violation of public order. Whenever public order is endangered, this is violation of law and order. So every violation of law and order may not be disruption of public order. So I hope you have understood the relationship here, concentric circles. The largest circle is law and order. Then within that circle, there is public order. And within that circle, the interior most circle is security of state. So what exactly public order means? Public order means public peace, public tranquility, public safety. It also signifies that everything is done in accordance with the provisions of law. We know that there are certain rules and regulations made by the government. So if everything is happening in accordance with the provisions of the law, then we say that there is public order. So here, the lockdown had been declared. So, according to the National Disaster Management Act and the Epidemic Act, certain rules should have been followed. Certain rules should have been observed and obeyed. Now that the panic created by the media encourage the people to violate these rules and regulations, so it is violation of public order. And therefore, reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the right to freedom of speech and expression. And that has been done here by the Supreme Court. So there is nothing wrong in it. You can make references to the cases like Ramesh Thapar versus Union of India. Ramesh Thapar versus State of Madras. You can also see any internet material on public order, how public order has been explained by the Supreme Court in various cases. But here, the main concern is that whether the Supreme Court's decision of restraining media from publishing unverified facts is justified or not. So just now we have learned that it is justified. 19 Clause 2 puts reasonable restrictions on the freedom of speech and expression. National Disaster Management Act 2005 and Epidemic Act. So all these taken together, the constitutional provisions and the statutory provisions, justify the restraint imposed by the Supreme Court on the media. So you can't call it gagging the media. Media has not been gagged. The Supreme Court has very expressly mentioned in this order that came yesterday that the media is free to express its opinion. It has the freedom to discuss, analyze, have a debate, but then that should be based on correct facts. That should be based on the true facts, on the facts rather. It should not be a fabricated fact, or the fact itself should not be the result of a conjecture. So I hope the judgment that the Supreme Court gave, the order that the Supreme Court passed yesterday is clear to all of us, and the constitutional and statutory provisions involved here. The name of the case is Alak Alok Shrivastava versus Union of India. So thank you. We will meet again for another case.